Welcome back to the Iron Insight. Thank you for starting your week off right with the Iron Insight every Monday morning at 4 a.m. I'm Bryn Welds.
And I'm Andrew Nichols with Southern Leatherwork.
And today, this is going to be a little short episode, kind of like a season 2 recap, really, because we ended season 2 and we're into season 3. Every 25 episodes is one season, and we've passed the 50 mark. We went dormant for a little while there in season 2, but we're back on the train, and it feels good, And we'd like to announce that we're doing a giveaway for season 3. We are giving away an Everlast TIG welder, a Southern Leatherworks hood, a Welding Customs TIG filler rod bracelet, a handful of Walter abrasives, and an Edge Welding Cups beginner kit. So stay tuned for our socials. We keep y'all posted because on one of our episodes, we'll throw something in when we do the giveaway. And it'll be on our Instagram. It'll be posted on TikTok as well, but we're going to pick the winner from our Instagram.
Which Everlast is it?
It's like I can't name it off the top of my head.
I gotcha. Yeah, I was just curious which one we were doing because that's a pretty good giveaway. I mean, you got the Walter abrasives, which I've been using the Walter flat discs this last week when I've been finishing this trailer. Man, they're expensive, but boy, they are nice. Yeah, they last a good bit. They last. That's for sure.
It's a 10-pack of variety grit of flap wheels, and then their whole sleeve of their flex cuts, and
sweet.
They also sent us some water bottles, which I'll send you.
Yeah, you gotta give me one.
I believe
gotta fill it with my sweet tea.
The Power Arc 160i STH, which I think now has the digital screen. I'm pretty sure it's a revised platform of the Everlast welder, so it's a DC 160 amp TIG machine.
That's pretty good. TIG and stick, right?
Yeah. So
yeah, that's pretty good. We ought to have Matt send a bracelet kit. That way they can weld a kit with their welder.
That's actually a good idea.
That's not a bad idea. If you sent a bracelet and a tutorial or something, I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's gonna be a good giveaway. I'm excited.
Yeah, Matt from Welding Customs. So season 2, and let me go back at the list and see who all we had.
I feel like it's been a lot funner. I mean, if that's a word, funner of a season. Like you said, we took that break, which no big deal. It's happened. We both needed it. You were getting married. We both had a lot going on. It's been a hectic year for me, but I'm glad we're back at it. This second season's been kind of fun.
We kicked off with Wobros, Chris from Wobros, because he was our first episode ever with a guest. So we had to kick it off.
Had to have him again.
Went to Big Mike, and then James Flatman from Notion Fabrication. That was one of my personal favorite episodes.
He was good. Yep, that was a favorite as well.
Then Ty Linker from Out on the Road, which we'll come back to in just a minute to talk to you about the recent travels you've done.
Yep.
Then we did a check-in and reflection, the grind to go solo in welding with Castro Welding.
Yep, he was good. Man, he was a good one.
Yeah. Salt City Steel, who's one of our personal buddies.
That one's he's a good time.
We had Stroking It with Harrison Stone.
Stroking Stone, baby. We've had him on 2 times, though, right? Yeah. Before Fab Tech and one after. Was it 2 or 3 times?
So I think it might be 3 because we had him
I think it is 3.
Right after Fab Tech Orlando, and then actually had him on again after Fab Tech. Maybe he'll be a repetitive guest after every Fab Tech.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
he's always got a great opinion to give us, don't you, Harrison? I know you're listening.
We had Skills USA champion and Skills World's medalist Wyatt Hansen.
Yep.
Then Weld Zombie we had.
Yep.
Johnny Dabbs
had him. That was a good one.
Bree from Ravnoy Welds getting struck by lightning.
Yep. Yes, she did.
Safe Journey.
Where she got the blue hair from, right, Bren?
Yeah. Safe Journey Metalworks. Jordan Packer, another Skills Worlds medalist, both from Utah. 2025 plans and kind of a review that one was. We had another one with Harrison Stone.
Yep.
About starting his business. We had Ryan from Northwoods Welding.
Yep, that was a good one.
Then we came back after that leave. Badass Workbench.
Yep, Mr. Cody Freeze. Yep. That was a good one. That was a good return because that was our return to episode, right? Yeah, that was a good one. He gave us a really good episode. A lot of great insight.
Yeah. FabTech 2025 recap. Then back caps with Steven, holiday routine.
Yes, yep. Good old Steven.
Yeah, it was really good.
I'm hoping to go see him over Thanksgiving whenever I come up because we're coming up to Grand Island for Thanksgiving. So nice. I'm just going to walk over and walk into his garage one of the days.
Then Cody Alljets recently.
Yep.
Benjamin Cornaby, who's a Skills World's not yet. He's not.
Yeah.
He's going through USA trials.
He was a good one.
Best of luck, Benjamin.
Yeah.
Talking about skills, I got to use that Lincoln machine. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's the one that they use in skills, and like it really would take a couple months to figure out when you select steel 035 C20 or C10 MIG. There's like it's probably 8 or 10 different modes.
Gosh.
Of just steel MIG welding that you can get into.
But he's got so many different welds he does and so much machine adjustment. It's crazy.
And then Danny Cobb, our good buddy.
Yep.
And Clinton Lesh recently, last week, who was, well, I guess we can talk about why you weren't there.
Why I missed it. Yeah, I missed out on Mr. Lesh, sadly, but there's a reason I missed it. It's a pretty good one. So, let's see. Last Tuesday, I got on the road, and I was headed towards Quitman, Arkansas, for the Arkansas Elite Welding Academy Shield Arkin Showdown, hosted by obviously Arkansas Elite, but put on by Out on the Road podcast, Mr. Ty Linker. This competition was great. Last year it was mostly about bringing in the pipeliners of the industry and having them do a Arkansas bell hole, I believe, which is a kick-ass test. They lined up their rigs and they had a weld off. This year was a little bit different. They ran a competition for some post-high school graduates. So I think we had a guy who was like 39 years old there. I mean, we had a bunch of, older people, I guess, wanting to do a career change and win a scholarship. And then we had a ton of high school kids compete. I forget the number, but it was like, I think it was above 150 competitors. It was a lot of people, but I think it was one of their biggest, they said, is what Reed Birch told me. But it was a 3-day event, went up there. First day, it was more so of me and Ty and Reed hanging out. Ty was running some TIG stringer or some beads, and he was walking the cup up. It was fun as hell. He did the weld test, which was a 60-10 rut and then a 70-18 fill and cap, whatever. And he did that, and we hung out. And then in the afternoon, all the students came out, and we talked to them a little bit. So it was kind of a mediocre first day. We're just hanging out, really. Second day was the tour day. So everybody that was like in town for the competition, they all showed up. They did like a briefing telling that, they brought their parents. They were telling the parents, what goes on at the school, which it's a great, I'll vouch for that school any day. I love what they talk about and what they're about. They did like a tour of the campgrounds that one of the instructors owns there, and they're like where your housing is going to be, where you can work, and how they set you up for success there. And then they all came back, and the kids kind of came through, sold a bunch of hoods, sold a bunch of gear, hats, lenses, elastic bands, so on and so forth, which I don't know if you saw a picture of the booth. It was a pretty kick-ass booth setup. Reed was like, hey, which table do you want? And they had all the tables going this way and this way, but they had one in the corner that was diagonal. I said, I want the one that's diagonal because it had the most room behind it. And I ended up bringing some of these magnets to hang my poster behind me. And the magnet stuck to the metal walls really well, and I could hang my hoods off it. So I had hoods hanging from the wall. It was great. It was awesome. So then I got to hang out with the 798 union. It's the pipeliners union that Ty Linker's a part of, which they have I like them a lot. They're pretty good setup there. Hung out with them that night. They bought me a steak dinner. Did not expect it, but before I could turn around to pay the bill, he had already paid it. So that was very nice of him. And then the third day, which was Friday, was the comp day. So I showed up at 6, got there with all the other Arkansas Elite kids, just kind of getting geared up, set up, ready to go. My booth was already set up, so I was really hanging out most of the time. And then from 7:45 when the first wave started till like 12:30, it was just I was talking to a bunch of people. All the kids came by. They brought their parents by. I was giving away hoods. I was selling hoods, selling gear. Overall, it was just a really, really fun time. And then they announced the winners shortly after, and we packed up and we rolled out. But that's really a breakdown of it. Not much to it, just a whole lot of talking to people, in all honesty, which I had a blast. So if any of you guys were there that are listening to this, thanks for coming by. Really enjoyed talking to each and every one of y'all. And I even had one kid come up to me, and he had one of my it was a white Jackson with a brown Pure top, and he's holding it. And I look at it, I was like, you didn't buy it, because I had some for sale. I was like, you didn't buy that here. That thing's way too dirty. He's like, yeah, man, I bought this a few months ago. I love this hood, blah, blah, blah. And it was really cool just to have like an actual customer come in and show me the hood they were using. So
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was a blast.
That's like, sometimes I'm scrolling on TikTok, I'm like, Is that one of Andrew's hoods?
Yep. So you got it now. I'm out there enough now. Now you got to kind of squint at it, look just to make sure, because it very well could be. But it was just a blast getting to hang out with T-Bird and all the instructors. They're great. They just run a great program. They keep it fun, but they also keep you on the straight and narrow. Nice. It was really, really cool. And I love Quitman. Quitman's probably the most gorgeous place to me out there. I mean, I love it. It's great.
Well, we appreciate everybody listening. We just wanted to come on, announce that giveaway, talk about where Andrew was last week in that competition. It's his second year going to it now. I think I'd like to make it out to the next one and have
Definitely
a podcast booth. We can interview some of the students, instructors, owners, business owners, all that.
That would be fun, because there was a lot of business owners that brought their kids for the competitions. Like, I don't know, it was really cool. It would be a good opportunity.
Yeah. Well, everybody listening, please leave us a review. We've got the Everlast and Edge link for me in the show notes, and Andrew.
And you can check out the Sun Leather Works link in the show notes as well. It'll take you to our website. We got all sorts of cool stuff on there, and we're adding more every day. Thank you guys for taking a listen, and we'll see y'all on the next one.